Welcome to this special spring break edition of Book Talk Tuesday. I know not everybody's on spring break, but I am, and it's been great. I've been sleeping in, and I'm glad the time change was during spring break. I gotta tell you that. So I went to the public library today and walked around to see what I could find to share with you today. And I may have talked about some of these before. I'm kind of getting confused about what I have talked about on Book Talk Tuesday and what I just tell kids all the time in the library. So if you've seen these before, it's like old friends visiting you again. Okay, so we are talking today about books that have lots of illustrations in them. They're chapter books, but they are illustrated novels. The author and illustrator of this book, Matthew Swanson and Bobby Bear, I saw them at a conference recently, and they call their book a hybrid, which I think is fancy. So hybrid, they're a hybrid book. So in the Real McCoys, there are lots and lots of illustrations throughout the entire book, and they do a really amazing job pairing the illustrations with the words. I read the first one in the series, and I just really enjoyed reading it. It just was so fun to read. I couldn't wait to see what they were going to do when I got home to start reading my book again. So I haven't read the other ones. There are 3 in the series now. I have only read the first one. It's very rare, y'all, that I read the whole series. I just don't have time. I feel like if I at least read one, I have a taste of the series and I can share it with you. If I stick with one series, then I don't. There's other books that I could be reading to share with you, and I need to share the love, right? All right, Last Kids on Earth is another one that has lots of illustrations in the book. So if you like illustrations, maybe you really would prefer graphic novels, but your teacher says, no, you need to get some more challenging books and build up your stamina, which is really a good idea. You should do that. But also, they're great books. Graphic novels are awesome. I do like graphic novels, but this is a good go-between. If you're still wanting the pictures, but you are trying to move up just a little bit. The Treehouse series has lots of illustrations in it, so if you are interested in that, I think we're up to 117 stories on this really amazing treehouse these kids have. So I've read the first one. I enjoyed the first one. I haven't read all the other ones, but that's another good series. I love Hamste Princess. I love any book that really deals with fairy tales, and these are twists. All of these are twists on fairy tales. So there are illustrations throughout the book, so it might be something that you would enjoy. And that author also has Dragonbreath, the Dragonbreath series, which is not girly like Hamste Princess. If you don't want a girly book, you can get this one. But girls will enjoy this as well because it's still fun to read. And boys, you guys would like Hamste Princess. It brings you back to the fairy tales. I love them. Frazzled, there's a third Frazzled out now, y'all, and somebody bought it for our school in our Love Your Library campaign, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So the third one will be at our school soon. The first 2, this author came to our school when this book first came out, so I'm super excited, but it's just about a middle schooler, and she is frazzled because she is certain that everything is going to go wrong in middle school, just everything. These have been around for a while, the Origami Yoda series, and in the back of them, it usually tells you how to make Yoda or origami Star Wars people and things and creatures. So these are all the Origami Yoda books. It's a story too. It's a series. It's a story, and this one is by Mac Barnett. He is the one that also did The Terrible 2. And I know a lot of you like that. There are some illustrations in The Terrible 2. Kid Spy has a lot more. And when I picked it up at the library today, I decided I was going to start a different book today because I just finished my book this morning, actually this afternoon. So I'm going to move on to the next one. I think I'm going to read this one next because I've been wanting to read it. So Mac Barnett is super funny, and he talks on the back of this book. He says, he's an author, but before he was an author, he was a kid, and he was a spy. So this is actually a true story. And there are 2 of them out that I know of, and I'm sure there will be more after that. So this one I'm going to read too. I just finished reading Small Spaces that one of our students, Mallory, could not stop talking about, y'all. I mean, could not stop talking about this book and how wonderful it is and scary and creepy and how I had to read it. And I had to read it, so I just finished it. And yes, it is creepy and scary and suspenseful. It was great. There are now 3 in that series. So I have to talk to Mallory about that when we get back. And I also listened to a book, King and the Dragonflies, which is a new book. I listened to it on Hoopla through the library. We don't have it in our library yet, but I often listen to books that we don't have that are new just so I know if we're going to get it or not, and we probably will. I am listening now to The Benefits of Being an Octopus, which I think might be a favorite for me because it is right up my alley. It's about a girl who they have bounced around to lots of different houses. She and her siblings and her mom. They are now living with her mom's boyfriend, who is not the nicest person, and they are on a very limited budget. They don't get to do any extra things. Their washer is broken, so they don't have clean clothes. It just really, it is just tugging at my heart, this story is, and I love books that do that. And that one somebody also purchased for us in our Love Your Library campaign. So I want to thank everyone who donated towards that. We raised over $2,000 in books that will be coming in probably towards the end of the month. I can't even express my gratitude to you guys, those of you who were able to contribute and purchase books for our library and just donate money. It really means the world to me, and I appreciate you supporting our library like that. We're going to do it next year. We'll see how it goes next year, but I think it turned out great, and I can't wait to get these books in because you guys, there are some really great ones in there that we didn't even have in the library. Like Garfield. We didn't have any Garfield. We had one, but that's nothing. So I'm super excited. You guys enjoy your spring break. This is a great time to just be lazy and read books. That's what I do. Also, I have to do my laundry, but Anyway, you guys have a great break. I will see you in a week, and go read lots of books.